Hello everybody, welcome to this part 59 of the Arduboy dev stream. So, I didn't do any change outside of the video, so I have nothing to show you. We can right away start with new things. And today, what we will do, so we can look at our to-do list here. We still have the sound FX and the LED FX to add some kind of FX when you play the game. For now it's a really silent game, and yeah, in the main menu we still need to decide if we should mute or not the sound, the music and the sound, and later also decide if we should have a music or not. But I guess this can probably be implemented today. So what I want to do, and maybe I'm a bit sorry about that, is I want to reuse the manager, the LED manager that I've wrote in my previous Lemming Ardulem game. Because I think it was quite compact and quite easy to use. So yeah, I think I will just copy the code. It's just a very small class, a small namespace. But I can go through the code and maybe refactor some stuff. And yeah, then after we can start to use it. So these are the two files which I call LED Manager in my previous project. And the way it was working was like this. So in that namespace we had a struct that used several variables. So obviously RGB, just 1 bit, because yeah, I didn't, last time I tried, I didn't succeed to have something different than on and off for the LED. So my conclusion is it's just on and off, but maybe I'm wrong. So you can leave me some comment if you think I'm wrong. But anyway, using the Arduboy API for that. So yeah, 1 bit for the color, and then this LED command also include the music, like the sound. So it's a command that combine both LED and sound. And we have a base note, and then we have a note increment. So the base note is a full char, but then the note increment will be like increase, decrease from the base note. And we have also a repeat time, so you can repeat several times if you want. Alright, so that's a basic LED command. And then we have this buffer ID, which obviously would change. Basically we could have several stream of command to have different effects playing at the same time, so not just one. And that could be like if the player is doing something and if the game is doing something else. So the two commands can work in parallel. And then it's quite easy. It's just a start LED command and a clear LED command, and then an update. That's funny, I put an extern. I don't think it's needed, but anyway. So the start LED command will just start a new command, and you give which type, in which buffer you want to start this command, and then you give obviously the parameters you want here. the clear LED command can just cancel it, and if you specify a buffer count here, it will clear all of them. So just a special case. So actually I should not just directly modify this. So let's copy this and into our new files here, and I think I will just rename it like FXManager, because it's obviously both sound and music, or not music but noise, sound effects and LED, sorry. So it's both LED and sound. Okay, so I just want to save this, and I will save it in the right folder, and here, so let's call it FXManager.h, and we can add it to the project. Let's also copy this to a new file and save it to the right folder. So that will be FXManager.cpp. All right, so we don't need this one anymore. Yeah, and then I can start to refactor a bit this LED and sound effects. So you can send a command, it will update the LED color and play some tone. Alright, so I will rename this as a FXManager, obviously, and this will become a FX command, and this will be like start a FX command and clear FX command. Set the command in the specified buffer, clear the specified buffer and stop the LED and sound. If equal to buffer count, this will clear all buffer. Alright, so like I said, I think we don't need the extern here, probably useless. And here we can have I guess two type of buffer, like one for the game, one for Rick. I don't know yet which one we will need to play together, but I guess that's probably it. We can have more if we need more. We'll see. So let me show you the code. The code is not that long. So that's become Rick Arduros. And actually I will move that in the CPP. And just this, okay. So FXManager. So what do we have? We have one channel for the sound, because we need to give to the Arduboy which channel we use. So we can have one channel for the sound, I think another one for the music. So that should be a static const exp. And then we can have our FX status. So this one we can say if it's on, and a frame counter, because every FX command can start at any kind of frame, and we want to count how many frame and stop it at this frame. So I cannot use the global frame counter of the Arduboy. This time I want to precise timing. So it's a bit like the animation ID if you remember. So if you don't want to be synchronized with the, because we will do a modulo like any on every X frame on the Arduboy, but the on every X frame is using the global counter, so it's synchronized with the global counter. Here I just want to be very precise, so I have to use my own frame count in the status. And the buffer, in the buffer, so we will use the buffer here. We have a status and we have a command. So the status obviously initialized with 0, and the command also initialized with a bunch of zeros. So we have our FX buffer here, and the number depends here. Again, it's like 2 for now. We may have more. And we have the current buffer light up, so it just tells which buffer is currently using the LED, is currently lighting up the LED. Initialize was game for now. All right, so let's rename this. We have the start FX, this one, and the update, and that's it. Okay, just that. So the start FX command is very simple. You give the buffer ID, the command, and what we do is we just save the command inside this specified buffer ID, so that override it, of course, and the status is initialized with 0. So that means not on, and the frame count is reset to 0. Because you can start the on duration, you can start it a bit later actually. Alright, so that's quite simple. The clear FX command. So you specify which buffer ID. Then the special case, if the ID is the buffer count, then we clear all the command. We clear all the buffer, all of them. So actually I don't use a for loop because there's only 2 here, but we could also use a for loop. And this variable just to tell if we need to turn the LED and note, and so off. So by default it's true. It's true, of course, if we clear all of them. And if we ask to clear the FX of the special buffer ID, then we will clear the note if the current light, if the current LED was light up by the specified ID here. Otherwise you don't want the LED to be light off, switch off by another buffer. So basically you have the LED, there's only one LED, okay, so only one person can control the LED at one time. But since we have 2 buffer, at least 2, maybe you could have 3 or whatever, so this buffer can light the LED on or off. So it's like you always want the buffer that light the LED on, you want it to the same buffer ID lighting, switching it off. So that's why I have this one memorizing which one has lighting up the LED. And if we need to turn off the LED, then we just set the RGB LED from the Arduboy API to 0, and we stop the note on the sound channel. Okay, then we have the update. So the update is a bit longer, but not very difficult to to understand, I guess. So we are iterating on all the buffer. Of course, we are getting the current status of our buffer, the current command of the buffer. So fx, okay. So we have the status, we have the command. I just take the reference here. Maybe I could just copy it. It would be faster. Now, maybe no, I don't need to. I should really modify the variable. All right, so we are checking first if the repeat time is not null. That means we have to do it, right? So the repeat time is a counter of how many times you want to play this effect, right? So otherwise, if it's null, then we does nothing for this buffer. That means there's nothing to play, no effects to play, right? Otherwise, if it's not null, then we are checking if the status is on or off, right? Because it can be off and we need to play it on, so it can be played on, off several times like this, right? So if the status is on, we are checking the frame count. And like I said, we were doing a modulo on the duration value here of the command. And if the frame count reached the duration, then we switch off the status, right? The status was on, then it becomes off. We reset the frame counter again because we will start counting again. We decrease the repeat time. So if we need to repeat 3 times, then okay, that's 1 time is done. So now we need to repeat 2 times, then 1 time, then 0 times. And if the current if it's the current buffer command that is controlling the light right now, the LED, then we also switch off the LED, and we also stop the associated node if we have to. Okay, so if the base node was not new. So that's for on. Then what happens next time is after it's on, it's obviously off. So if it's off, we also check the same kind of test. We are checking if the frame count is reaching the off duration this time. Off duration. This is on duration. So if we are finished to be off, then we can go on again. We reset the frame counter. We set the RGB LED with using the RG and B value. Will actually that are bit. If you remember, that are just bit. So, but we multiply it by the max brightness. And then if we have a note to play, then we can just play the note on the channel and the bass note. And then after playing this bass note, we increase the bass note with the note increment. So we are ready to play the next note. So obviously this will be can only do some kind of effect like bidi bidi or bidi bidi, this kind of stuff. It's not a full like bidi 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 with up and down, because the note increment is only one value. But it's already quite good to, for example, to make a sound for picking up, like any pickup, right? And then, of course, we memorize the buffer that took the LED, right? So here, because we have just set up the LED here. we could directly play it here, would be more logical. And then of course we increase the frame count in any way. If it's on or off, we just increase the frame counter. So that's it. The update is quite simple, right? So now we just need to call this, and we should so we can call it in the I know. That means we could also have some sound effect in the main menu. Like for example, if we move the so game manager, or doesn't matter actually. So let me put the syntax coloring. Update this FX special effects. We need to include this. FXManager. All right. So now the only things we need to do is to start a LED, FX command. So we can do that in the main menu. Like I just said, we can have some effects in the main menu. So for example, in the update, so if we just press up and down, we could start the command. So okay, I need to include, of course, the FXManager. And I can just use the game buffer. So and so what we can do is having here bool play FX so if we can play the FX. Well, actually, I'm just doing that because I want to avoid duplicating, but yeah, actually we can. Yeah. It will be probably the same FX if we press up or down. So here, okay, when you press up and down, you play the FX, play sound FX when moving the option, the menu option. And then we need to give the value. So this is RGB. So let's make it blue. You can have some LED, maybe no need, but just to test it at least. On duration, off duration, it's a number of frame. So I don't know, like maybe 10 and 0. 10 is maybe very quick, not sure. And then what we have, the base note, okay. I forgot which value I should, what is a reasonable value. Let me open an example maybe. Like for example, this one, like 60 seems a good note. Okay, so let's put 60 and note increment and repeat time. So we just want to play one note, so don't need to increase and repeat just one. Okay, let's try to compile this. And I also forgot to add these two files in the project. So let's add the FXManager, open here, and let's move them up. Okay. And let's save this. All right. So so it doesn't compile. Ricardoros dot no such file. I forgot the R. Sorry about that. Here. And I think we forgot to include the tone. I forgot the semicolon update in the Game Manager. Before Game Manager, yeah, in the I know, forgot the semicolon here. And so the tone is private within this context. Seems to be private, so so I think we forgot some kind of include. Let me check some yeah, we forgot this this define, yeah. So yeah, I had value in the but honestly I tried to change the value of the LED and this not working great, so I don't know what you think, but okay, so let's we can just declare it like this, it's fine. in the, I guess, FXManager here. And let's try to compile this. And oops, I forgot the equal, sorry. So why it says it's private, I'm not sure. Let's look at the do we have this in the it's in what? It's in tune. Arduboy tune play stop note. Yeah, maybe the function was private, and I may have make it public. Playing tone. Frequency, duration. Yeah, let me open the tune function. It's maybe a private function that I probably make it public. Guess it's in audio. It's in audio, or is it? Let me open this too. Yeah, these two functions are private. In the library. Ooh, so it's yeah, I want to use it. Right? Why not? Why I cannot use it? This could be nice. But so I think that's why I've copied this file inside the project and make this like public, so I can do like the custom Arduboy and make this one public. Let me check. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you. Yeah, so as you can see, I've opened the file from the library and they are private actually. So yeah, for my Ardulem, I think I have copied and optimized the one. So I have removed some notes, some frequencies. So that's a kind of optimization because I don't need all of them. And the play node and stop node have made them kind of public. I can show you the difference actually. You can see the difference. Let me compare the two files. So I need to find the two files here. Give me a second, please. Okay, we can start with the left one. The header file. Okay, so I'll show you on full screen. So this is the original file from the library, and this is the modify one. So I have removed some function like audio enable, for example, and I have removed the private here, and I add a channel for initialization. Let's look at the difference between the with the CPP file. But avoid just CPP. Okay, so like I just show you, I have removed some notes basically that are not used. I just use this range of frequency here. Remove some variable here. Remove this function and remove the EEPROM audio on off, which is as I mentioned before, save in the byte number 10. So by default it's saved here. So I don't know if you have read the code of the Arduboy before, but basically they are all the frequency of the different notes are saved into an array of either a char for the lower note, or int if the note is above 256. So it must use an int. So there was two array for storing the frequencies. And here I don't even need the lower note. So I just use those one. Like the MIDI word note frequency and not the byte note frequency. Which means I can also simplify a bit the code here. Like this one. So if the note is less than 48, he read the byte. Otherwise, he read the word in the byte frequency. Otherwise, in the word frequency. And this is probably a change from variable to constant. Okay, I don't need the tone. So basically, I just want to play the note. Well, it's a kind of optimization, if you wish. The tone function, you can play any tone, right? Any frequency. You specify a frequency, and then you can play it. But we already have an array of different notes, and I think that's far from enough. You can just decide to play C, A, any specific note, right? So you play a note instead of just playing a random frequency. So I don't need the tone function here, and I just want to play note and stop note function, right? So that removes some kind of code for sure. Right. So anyway, this is something I want to do, and then we will do later, which is the optimization of the Arduboy library. Because in my opinion, the Arduboy library is great for starting your game. And I've said that from probably the first stream or second stream or whatever. These libraries are great, but they are too big. In my opinion, they are too big because they are providing a lot of functionality to you, the programmer, the game programmer. So you can use this function to make your game, right? But I'm trying to push the limit of the Arduboy to the maximum, right? And I want to optimize any byte I can. So I can, in my opinion, I cannot waste memories like that for something that I don't use or that is not useful to my game. For example, and I will show you that later also, the Arduboy logo is huge. In my opinion, the Arduboy logo is huge. Do you really want to see the Arduboy going down like this? No, it's just a waste of. It's a luxury. It's a luxury for your game. I mean, this Arduboy logo is can easily store 1-2 levels from a game, right? And the font also. The font contains all the character that can be written. But of course, I mean, let's say you want to write adventure game, a text-based adventure game. So you will have a lot of text in your Arduboy game, right? So of course you want to have all the character in your font. But here in my game, I just need few characters to write for the menu, to write play, to write victory, to write few characters like that. But I don't need all the characters, like the special characters, like numbers or whatever. Maybe numbers I needed, but like bracket, like whatever, like percentage character, like many characters, right? So So in my opinion, it's normal to optimize it. The code is nice to start with, but at some point, if you want more memory, you can just take the code and strip out where you don't need what you don't need, right? So yes, that's what I want to do, and that's what I will do. So I think now that I bring back my FX manager, I think it's time to also bring back the audio. I will leave the rest for later. We can optimize it later, um, depending on what we will need. All right, so I will just copy these two files and put it in our project. So that we can compile again. All right, so here. So in this, I will just create a new folder for the custom Arduboy, and we can actually move these two inside here. Can I move? Yeah, here. All right, and then we can add files and I will add these two. And I'm not sure if that will compile or not. So I guess I don't need that. I hope I don't need that. And yeah. The Arduboy.h, I'm not sure. Let's try if that compile, maybe not. I probably need to bring all yeah. Because I'm including this one, which probably include all the other one. Let me open the file. So this will include core and core. Okay. Let me check what I have included my custom Arduboy of the Arduino project. Yeah. So, yeah, about the Arduboy core. What did I include it? This one. I'm not sure I've done some change on the Arduboy core. Let's check. So we'll show you. Yeah, they are the same. They are the same. Okay. And what about the Arduboy CPP? I'll compare. Yeah, they are the same except include. So I didn't change anything on the Arduboy core. Okay, so let's take it also. Because the idea is I cannot include anymore the Arduboy of the library if I really want to optimize it, like removing some code. Like I said, I could have a custom tone in the class and inherit it from the base class and just remove just make the function public. But anyway, at some point I want to optimize also. So yep. For this, then I will also need to include the font and so in the library you have yeah, so you have the logo, which is amazingly big, the Arduboy, the font, you have the core, and you have the audio. So yeah, maybe I can show you what I've changed in the font. Well, okay, now I can just take the font as it is and the logo so far. Well, maybe no, logo is useless. Just take the font without optimization so far. we will optimize it later. So I just copy this file and copy it to this one. I just rename it Arduboy underscore GL font, GLCD font. So we have the core, we have the font, we have the audio. Do we need something else? No, the audio is here. We have the H, the CPP. We have the core, which is the same. I just rename it. We have the font, and of course we need the Arduboy. So I'll just copy it for now, and then we will probably merge the custom Arduboy with it at some point, or yeah. So let's copy it here. I name it Arduboy, and yeah, Arduboy CPP and .h. Or just, yeah, that's useless. Just name it Arduboy. That's fine, I guess. Alright, so we can add these files to our project and just change the header. So we want this, we already have the audio, we want the core and the font. Okay. And then in our custom Arduboy, I just want to include this one. And I hope it will understand which one I'm talking to. Otherwise we may have to rename the file. And here, yeah, we include this. That's good. So here, that seems good. In the audio we include custom Arduboy. Here we are including what? Nothing special. So these are all the fonts. So I guess there is 256, which is quite huge, right? But I don't blame the people who wrote the library. Of course, they need to provide all the fonts. All right. So here, just include Arduboy core. And here, Arduboy CPP, just include Arduboy.h. We don't want to include the logo. Okay. Probably the function that use the logo will not work. Yes, the audio, also audio.h in which file? In the in custom Arduboy. Ricardo's custom Arduboy Ricardo's custom Arduboy.h. which include it does include the wrong one, I guess. Okay. So let's merge the two files right now. It will be easier instead of adding it. So I take all the file, copy it, and merge it into here, or custom Arduboy. Just put it like this, right? And I remove this include here. And we'll do the same for the CPP. Let's take all this. I copy it and I copy it here. Okay, and I can just remove this one, these two files from the project, and I can just remove them from the folder also. So let's compile. Audio. Arduboy core, Arduboy audio, Arduboy audio, custom Arduboy.h26. Here. Let's compile. Yeah, this one is in it's where no such file or directory, where in here. So yeah, we are missing the logo, but we can just delete the logo function. Pin speaker, the boy begin. Tunes, or where is the tunes? Oh, I probably delete this also. Yeah. Tunes. It's in Arduboy audio. Where it is. Yeah, init channel. All right, so I guess I removed the init channel in the Arduboy audio. Yeah. Okay. So this we don't need. Well, I can just comment it. And then init channel. Let's see where we have it. And I guess the begin with the logo is boot logo is also useless. So because we're using without the logo, so I can just remove this and begin no logo. That's enough. Custom Arduboy, don't need the begin. Arduboy start. I forgot to save this one, sorry. Arduboy start. Deprecated. Custom Arduboy. Where's the start? Deprecated. So Arduboy logo, it's in boot logo. Okay, we don't need the boot logo. Boot logo. We don't need the boot logo. All right. We compile, so let's try that. Okay, so maybe you have seen the blue. Let me full screen. Maybe the camera is maybe not catching the LED. Okay, just a little bit. Let me shift. Actually, I should shift. Okay. So you can see the LED playing in blue. The camera lets me. But we have no audio. So I think it's because I didn't initialize the audio. We have removed the init channel. So let's fix that. So I need to check Arduboy audio on, off, and init channel. Play note. Yeah, I don't, the init channel are still here, so I don't know why I have remove it from the header file. Oh no, it's here. Yeah, it's still here. There's a correct file. So let's put it back. Let's try to put it back and compile here. So init channel, no matching function call. Okay, maybe I changed the signature of the init channel. Channel, init channel, pin and channel. Pin and channel. So yep, let me check again. The original init channel was just a pin. And now we have pin and channel. Okay, so I guess I added the channel, and let's see in my previous in my other code how I change that. Yep. Boy. I'm looking for the custom Arduboy, I guess here. If I look for any channel, zero and one. Okay. Okay. So I just need to give 0 and 1. And the pin, I was too fast. And the pin was the same. Yeah, pin speaker 1 and 2 in each channel 0, 1. Okay, let's try to compile this. Okay, that compile. Let's try it. Let's test it. There's a lot of files. And that works. So maybe I should move my microphone closer. Sorry about the mess. Wait a minute. Alright, so cable here and with the LED and the sound. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. We have done more than what I expected, but just to bring this FXManager. But that's cool. Let's maybe we can commit this and summarize what I've done. So 1 hour. Yeah, so let's put the workbench here. So Okay, so I need to add these files. Check. All right, so in our custom Arduboy, I have just copied all the normal code for the Arduboy, but again, this could be optimized. Maybe we can also maybe remove some stuff that we don't use, but I will do that later. Here also the CPP, we have just copy everything except the function with the logo, and yeah, the font, we just include the font. In the main menu, this is where we use the FXManager, and we just start a FX command if we need to play FX here. And in the main loop, we just update our FXManager. Okay, in our project, okay, our project is not saved. Let me save it. Save. Refresh. Okay, so we have moved the custom Arduboy into a new custom Arduboy folder, and we have added our FXManager here, and then we have our audio, which yeah, is a kind of optimized stripped. I've shown you what we have removed from the original library files. The same for audio, it's probably the same. The core, we didn't change it, just include here. The core also not change here. And the font not change. And our FXManager that I've show you earlier at the beginning of the video. The FXManager to play a note with LED. Include the Arduboy source downloadable library files into the game for later optimization, and yeah, play FX when moving the main menu option. All right. Okay, so seems cool for me now. I just want to double check. Yeah, this one we didn't need it. We don't want to save anything in the EEPROM. Okay, so far so good, I think. All right, so now we can also use the same FX for when we play, for example. So by the way, I don't know about the memory, if we have saved some memory or not. Maybe I can just update again and see the difference. So now we are at just see if it's better or worse. Well, it should be, yeah, I don't know, because we have included the FXManager code. So okay, but right now we are 24,818. Let me update to the previous version. Eh? What? Wait a minute. Ah, yes, I have changed this. Let me commit. So we have changed we remove that, use last comment, did code. Okay, so I was saying, let's update to here, and let's compile. So now it's much bigger. No, not much bigger. 24,774, and the difference is, so it's 20 before the 24,888. I'm sorry, not 24,818 minus 24,774. Okay, it's 44 bytes. So adding all the FX command code, all the FXManager code, plus playing that code into the main menu, only added 44 bytes. But one of the reason is also because I optimize a little bit the audio by removing all the notes. So it's like I'm adding new code, but at the same time I'm removing some code from the library. And yeah, that's pretty cheap actually. 44 bytes for having the FX, it's pretty cheap. I'm happy with that. All right, so let's update back to the tips. All right, so we can add the command to rig, for example, when we to the pickup. I think the pickup is a good idea. Yeah, they all change. Yeah. Okay, pickup. So pickup. So I can, if I want a different sound effect for different pickup, we can add it here, or if we want to use the same sound effect, we can add it into the pickup update. um, maybe the same is enough. I think should be enough. So yeah, I will also copy it from the main menu. So yeah, I will add it into the pickup item and pickup update. Pickup update, and here is the return true. So let's include the oops, sorry. FXManager. So can be yellow. So yellow is blue and green, right? I'm not sure. I forgot again the different parameters. RGB on duration, off duration. Base note could be higher, I think. And not increment. Then we will use a not increment and a repeat time. So maybe 3 should be good. And let's say 20. Let's start at 80. And maybe this one can be longer. 20. Okay, let's try. I don't have a pickup except the Grail in the main menu. Otherwise, we can add it in the editor. What? Yep, overflow for which one? Overflow. So this not increment for 4-bit. So it's 16. Maximum is 16. Okay. Pickup. So 16. So let's say let's put 8 maybe. All right. Let's try that. I think I will place okay. So we had our 3 tone, but too slow. So let me check what we have. On duration, off duration. Yeah, Yeah, let's add an item in the first screen because I want to quickly test. So let's put well, let's put the grail then. Yeah, I didn't include the other pickup item, so all right, let's save it. Save. Let's go to main menu and let's start again. I think I should not give a off 0 probably. And it's blue, by the way. Yeah. Let's put 10 also for the off. And I'm surprised it should be one. Okay. I guess I can switch on several lights, but yeah. Let's try this. Let's try that. That's faster. I can even faster. Let's do 3 frame, or maybe 4 and 4 maybe. And it's going down, it should go up. This one is put because it's sine. Yeah. So if I do this, maybe this one is too high. Let's put 60 back. It's the command buffer is very tight, so yeah, it should be higher. Not increment, and let me check the increment. Normally we just plus it, right? Yeah, plus it. Oh, we are too high. So actually, maybe we just need to increment less. that's much better. I don't know if you hear it well. We'll move the microphone here. Yeah. That's not fast enough. Let's or maybe I can play longer but wait less. Like this one. Ah, that's much better. Maybe I want to start higher. Let's start at 80. So basically, the increment is a note increment, not frequency increment. So if you start with a note like C, there will be or like C, C, D, E, for example, it would be something like that. So yeah, it's too high. I don't know what is the last note actually. Let's put 76 maybe. So if I want a higher note, I can uncomment some frequency in the... yes, we start to have something interesting. Yeah, if I want more notes, more higher notes in the custom Arduboy, in the audio, here I can uncomment some notes. Okay, I'm going from 71 to 80. I should have looked at that earlier. So that's 81 and 82. Okay, the maximum note is 82. And we start at note 51, so from 51 to 82 right now. Okay, which means here we can even start at 78, and maybe I can do, if I put 0, is it better? It would be faster normally. Oh, I should put 1, I'm not sure. No, 0 is doing a full, minimum it should be 1 as a minimum, but maybe I can do 2 here. There's probably a kind of bug in the FXManager here. I should, if it's 0, I should, because the frame count is increased here, so I skip a full frame count that is the maximum I can count in the frame count. I don't know if you follow, but okay, that's fine. It looks good for a pickup. One thing I don't understand is the LED. Okay, green. It should be green and red for yellow, right? Yeah, I put green and blue. Green and blue is what? Is cyan. Green and blue cyan. So yeah, I want red and green. What about this? I'm not sure you can actually see it. Let's play it like this. Oh, that's red. It's really red. Let me look directly at it. I don't know. No, actually, it's the both are light up, so it's really a kind of yeah. It's a it's a yellow. It's a kind of yellow, but all right. I think it doesn't work well. It's better to maybe it's better to go with just green because it's pickup, so that's just safe. It's just safe to put green. Yeah. All right. That's pretty good. What else where else we can use the FX? Let's see. Let's see the README. So when we picking an item, fire bullet, jump, maybe. So I'm not obliged to use the LED. I can also just play the tone. If I put 000 for the LED, then it will not light. So the dynamite, yeah, the arrow launcher would be cool. As a warning, we can make red for arrow launcher. Let's just do the arrow launcher. Let's in the editor we'll just move the arrow launcher a bit lower. Let's move it here. That's much easier to have an editor, honestly. All right. Yeah, let's add this into the arrow launcher. I'll copy this arrow launcher here. So in the fire function, arrow fire here, right? I think it's here. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, we should have used the command rig for the pickup, I think, and we can use the command game for the arrow launcher. So the pickup we can just use rig channel or rig buffer, and for the arrow launcher we can just use the game. So I don't want to do several, just one is enough, like a beep, just one sound. It should be red, so red, and it should be quite low tone. So we said it's 50, 51, the first one. Let's check again. It's no, it's 52. 52 is the first one. So we don't need to increment. Just fire one time. It could be a bit longer, let's say 4. So we don't need to repeat. We don't need to off. Okay. Let's try this. I forgot to include FXManager. So now I guess you see why I like this FXManager, because it's quite easy to add those FX everywhere in the code. It's just one function, and then the manager will just update his own buffer. Yeah, I can play the sound, so I don't need to, update in every update of every item, like changing the LED, changing the sound, play the note, etc. I just say, okay, start the buffer, and then forget it. And we still have the clear function that if you want to cancel your sound, for example, I don't know if the rig is dead or whatever. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Really nice, right? Let's look in big. I will try to move the camera here. Okay. Okay, with the red flashing, it's like, careful. Yeah, I think it's already good. Already like good like that. Should be longer. Should be longer or no? I think it's good like this. Yeah, seems good. So our launcher, picking up the statuette, actually LED is the same. Fire bullet, yeah, for rig. Jump, maybe not. Maybe just the sound for jump. Yeah, jump just for the sound. Place dynamite and rig death. Dynamite and bullet. That's for rig. Yeah, probably we can do that on rig. So and actually, I'm thinking maybe the pickup we can leave it on game and just use the rig for all the rig action. So I guess init jump, we can add our FX. Init fall, init crouch, init crawl, init stand up, init climb, init death. We have the place dynamite. Okay. Okay, we can do place dynamite here. Okay, rig and I don't think we need LED for dynamite. Oh, maybe that's quite dangerous. So maybe it's better. Would be better to have it. Let's put it blue. And we can repeat. Maybe like 5 times. Would be nice if we can have second, but I'm not sure because the duration on duration 6 and 7. Okay, so that can be quite long actually. So, well, it depends on the frame rate, but let's say we can wait like 30 frame and having something like maybe 426. It could be a quite low tone, like 60 maybe. We don't need to increase the tone. It can be like boop, 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 boop. Let's try it. And I forgot to include. Okay, it's exactly what I expect to have, which is good. It's more or less like, yeah, 1 second or whatever. We can actually check the frame rate of the animation to synchronize it. But yeah, that's a cool warning to have this flashing light, like careful, your dynamite is pressed. And it's like, and the player also knows that it beeps 5 times, so it will explode at times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's check. Let's check the dynamite speed. Just to be synchronized, dynamite. So anim speed 20, explosion anim 6. Dynamite anim speed 20. Every 20. And how many frame count do we have for the dynamite? Let's check in the sprite manager, the sprite data, sorry. Dynamite frame count 11, so 11 times 20. 11 times 20 is like 220. If I divide 220 divided by 5, it's 44. 44. So okay, that seems quite okay for me. So I will tune it. I will double check after outside of the video. Let's move on. All right. So then we have almost 2 hours. I will soon finish the video, but let's add one more when we fire. when we fire. Init place dynamite. Okay, state fire, and this is here. So here we just need one time, and could be blue also, maybe no LED at all, maybe just the sound, not sure. 60, no need for increment, and so no off, could be a bit longer, maybe 4, yeah, 4 like the Dynamite. Yeah, maybe I will use the same tone as the arrow, as a bit logical. Yeah, and maybe no LED. I think for the arrow we use the 52. Yeah, and maybe no LED. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not sure. All right, let's commit this. I think we can stop here. What else do we have? So place dynamite, it's good. Fire bullet is good. We can have sound for jumping, maybe when he's dead, and maybe other stuff. Let's commit this. Okay, so we just arrow launcher, use it. We have modify our data, and yeah, pickup, sound effects for pickup. We have implemented a lot of stuff in our to-do list today, which is good, and some sound effects for placing the dynamite and firing. Okay, so add FX for placing dynamite, firing, the arrow launcher, and the pickup of item. All right, Thanks for watching. So outside of the video, I think I will continue to tune a little bit the sound effects where in different situation where I could place it. And yeah, and yeah, thanks you for watching. As usual, if you have a question, remark, don't hesitate to put them below in the comment. And I will see you in the next video. So bye bye.